And while in Chennai during the IPL, with Dhoni getting ready to turn on the style at the Chepauk, we must stop by to meet Saravanan, the Dhoni superfan.
Boys in yellow, come out and play, gotta make him follow. You lead the way, say S-U-B-E-R-K-I-N-G-S.
CSK with Kings and Punjab match. Cuttack, Bhubaneswar airport. அங்கே ஏர்போர்ட்டில் உட்காந்துருந்தேன். ஏர்செல் மேனேஜ்மெண்ட்லேருந்து ஒருத்தர் வந்தார். ஐ மீன்ஸ் லோக்கல் டு ஏர்செல். இப்போ போடுவேன். நான் ஃபஸ்ட்டு 2 மேட்ச் நான் போட்டேன் ராஞ்சி போகும்போது. அவங்க பார்த்துட்டு நீங்கள் வாங்க எங்கள் ஈவெண்ட்டுக்கு கூப்பிட்டு என்னை ஈவெண்ட்டுக்கு கூப்பிட்டு போனாங்க பெங்களூருக்கு. ஃபஸ்ட் டைம் தோனியை பெயிண்ட் பண்ணி நான் பார்க்குறேன். இப்போ தான் பார்க்க போகிறேன். பெயிண்ட் பண்ணியிருந்தேன். பெயிண்டோடவே நான் என்ன இம்ப்ரெஸ் பண்ணி அவரை பார்க்கணும்னு ஆசைப்பட்டனோ அந்த ஃபீல்ட்லேயே அந்த ஏர்செல் வந்து அவங்க கூப்பிட்டு அவங்களோட ஈவெண்ட்டை கூப்பிட்டு போயிட்டு பெங்களூர் அங்கே வந்தார். கட்டாக் ஏர்போர்ட்டில் அந்த மேனேஜ்மெண்ட் வந்தார். ஆமாம், அங்கேருந்து பெங்களூர் மேட்ச் இருக்கும்போது சிஎஸ்கே ஆர்சிபி மேட்ச் பெங்களூரில் இருக்கேன். இந்த மேட்ச்சை முடிச்சுட்டு சிஎஸ்கேக்கு ஈவெண்ட் இருக்கேன். அந்த ஈவெண்ட்டுக்கு நீங்கள் வாங்க, அங்கே உங்கள் இடம் ரெடி பண்ணி கொடுத்து எனக்கு பெயிண்ட் பண்ணி ஃபஸ்ட் டைம் பார்க்குறேன். அவங்க நடந்து வராரு போல், எனக்கு தெரியல எங்கே வராருன்னு. ஃப்ரெண்டில் ரைனா, ஜட்டு அந்த மெக்குலம்லாம் போகிறாங்க. அவங்கள எல்லாமே விஷ் பண்ணிட்டேன் கை கொடுத்து. ஷட்டன்லி திரும்ப பின்னாடி நிற்கிறாரு. எனக்கு என்னன்னே தெரியல என்ன பண்ணேன்னு. அப்படியே ஒரு காலில் விழுந்துட்டு அப்படியே தூக்குனார். என்ன தூக்கிட்டு அவர் ஹிந்திலேயே பேசினார். அவர் என்ன சொன்னார் எனக்கு தெரியல. சொல்லிவிட்டு அவங்க உள்ளே போனார். ரொம்ப அதாவது வார்த்தையே கட்டி போட்டார். அந்த அளவுக்கு நான் அழுவலை, அவ்வளோதான். மற்றபடி கோச் யா எப்போ பார்த்தாலும் ஸ்மைல் பண்ணுவார். என்ன வித் பெயிண்ட் வித்தவுட் பெயிண்ட் ரெண்டுமே பார்த்துருக்கேன். அது நான் தானே கெஸ் பண்ணாருன்னு தெரில. 2-3 வாட்டி பேசினார் என்கிட்ட. அது ஜஸ்ட் ஒரு 10 மினிட்ஸ் தான் பெயிண்ட் எல்லாம் பார்த்தேன். ஆனால் ஓரளவுக்கு கேதர் பண்ணியிருப்பார். நான் சோஷியல் நெட்வொர்க் பார்ப்பாரான்னு தெரில, பட் என்னோடய ஃபேஸை கொஞ்சம் ஐடென்டி பண்ணியிருப்பார்.
You want more examples of just how big Dhoni is in Chennai? Here, first, a face painter from the city.
Dhoni ஒன்லேருந்துனா நம்மளுக்கு மேட்சை கிங் ஆகுது.
தோனி இருந்தால் தான்
ஆமாம் மேட்சை கிங்கு.
எந்த பிளேயர் பெயிண்ட் நேம் ஜாஸ்தி அடிக்க சொல்லுவாங்க?
ஜாஸ்தி தோனி தான்.
தோனி தான்.
தோனி தான்.
தமிழ்நாடு அஸ்வின், விஜய் இவங்கெல்லாம் தவிர தோனி தான்.
தோனி தான்.
And then, the proprietor of Dhoni Sports. You think it's a company Dhoni has floated? Not at all. It's in honor of Dhoni.
Obviously, his name itself is obviously Dhoni. We are fans of Dhoni. We love him so much here.
Yeah.
It's like a second home.
Yeah.
I think more than Ranchi, Chennai has become his home because he plays for Chennai, and he's been playing for 8 years now. So he's more of a Chennai guy than a Ranchi guy.
Critics of the IPL claim that a lot of the noise around the tournament is manufactured. True that might be, but how does one gauge it? The stands are packed. We see that each evening, in Chennai and in Kolkata, in New Delhi and in Mumbai, are all these people making fools of themselves? And why, then, are tickets selling in the black market? In Kolkata, just outside Eden Gardens, where cops are always at the ready to swing their lathis at anyone doing anything remotely unlawful, at rates higher than at the counters that have been set up in prime locations. How do these poor people, who don't really look like they can actually buy tickets to sell them at a profit, manage to get their hands on so many tickets?
We're at the ticket counter outside Mohammedan Sporting Club, where people seem to be lining up to get tickets for the match between KKR and CSK on the 30th. We are also getting an idea of how tickets are being sold and bought in this place, and one of the main areas of kind of not so clean exchanges seem to be these women who are going around selling these tickets, presumably because they're the weaker sex and the police won't target them directly, but tickets that are being sold at the counters for say $1,000, $1,200 are being sold by them for about 15 to 1800 depending on the customer.
No, it's not our aim to bust the gang, but still, why not take a look? Across in Vizag, some distance away from the noise and the madness, in the relative quiet of a coffee shop, we got our chance to catch up with this bunch of relatively serious cricket watchers, boys who did their bit to make sense of why and how the IPL works, about fan loyalty and much else.
Yes, I watch the IPL. It's
You watch every game?
Not really, because it's more of an entertainment package, like a 3-hour entertainment package rather than for the love of cricket, which I lack.
So when it comes to local players getting into IPL teams, that is one platform where they can exhibit the whole of skills and the talent which they have.
Don't say that we won't support it like how I told you, but then we feel happy if Hyderabad players are representing our own team over there. We'll have Hamara Banda Koi Hai like that. That is the kind of thing we see. It is like again Sunrisers.
Sunrise.
Yeah.
So basically the loyalty to place is more important than the actual players.
I don't mean to say that it's only towards the place, but then a player is anyway talented. He can showcase his performance anywhere in any team. He can give a stand. But then we will be the people who will be supporting the players over there. If we don't encourage our own people, nobody else will.
Because of Virat Kohli, I just like him because see, after Tendulkar retired, someone who is actually into that level of cricket is only Virat Kohli. Because the way you see his performance in the past 2-3 years in all formats, except for the last England tour where he didn't score much. Apart from all of that, he actually scored pretty well in all the tours where he has gone. And he has proved himself, like he has a test 100 and all the test playing nations except for, if I'm not wrong, South Africa or something. Yeah. So he has been proving himself, and in IPL too, he has the second highest run getter if I'm not wrong, 571 runs. And he actually played very well for Bangalore, and he's been very loyal for that particular team and is trying to give his 100%. So player like that is the inspiration for me. So that's why I support RCB.
So if Virat Kohli changes teams, you'll support that team?
Yeah, obviously.
Yeah. So it's just Virat
Kohli, obviously.
Now Pune Warriors India are not a part of the IPL anymore, but while they were around, they were probably the only team that never managed to get any home support going. Stands had large vacant spaces. There was hardly any buzz around the city, and the team, in keeping with the mood, did poorly.
The first thing was not many Punes liked anybody from outside owning that team. It started from there. So that was a big no-no. And most of the players were not from Pune. I mean, there were only 2 players from Pune who were in the Pune Warriors team. And they didn't, play a single game. They were always on the bench. So that was one more big no-no.
So there's no sense of kind of association?
No, there wasn't. And Pune Warriors also didn't do really well. No, I mean, very honestly, they didn't do well.
Very well.
So they just alienated away from the team.
In so many ways, 1983 was the start of everything. Within 4 years, the subcontinent had hosted a World Cup. In 1996, another one came along. Obviously, by then, economic liberalization and a certain individual by the name of Sachin Tendulkar had ensured that cricket had gone beyond just being a sport, and it enjoyed a status far beyond other sports in the country. And it was almost inevitable then that after a decade of relative success at home, that once India started winning abroad in the new millennium, that it would lead to something like the IPL, because by then the home of cricket had well and truly become the subcontinent, and in particular India.
Indeed, cricket might have been just another sport, and hockey might still have been number 1 in India had it not been for that 1983 World Cup. A man who was very close to the action that summer in England and has been an integral part of cricket affairs in the country, and especially so in Hyderabad, has strong views on the matter. He doesn't like the IPL, but is candid enough to admit that the money it generates is critical for the game in India.
I mean, I would give all the credit to the media. Both print as well as electronic. I mean, ये चीज़ हो गई है कि after 83, media इतना spread हो गया. I mean, now you have virtually 4 or 5 channels which are showing only cricket 24 hours a day. तो उस सूरत में जो the game has become so popular. People are getting involved. और फोटो के लिए फैंसी हो गई. हाँ, मैं क्रिकेट मैच हूँ. कई आदमी ऐसे हैं कि अगर उनको ये बोला जाए कि प्लीज बाय योर ओन टिकट, दे कैन अफोर्ड इवन 10,000 rupees worth of ticket they can afford ना. बट दैट फैंसी बोलो या चीज़ कि भाई मेरे को कॉम्प्लीमेंट अभी जितने भी आते हैं 25-30 हज़ार क्रिकेट देखने आते हैं. तमाशा है. And whatever anybody says about Lalit Modi, must give the man the credit. He had gone to Germany to witness the football World Cup. That is where he studied or got the information and developed his concept. For me, T20 cricket is no cricket at all. It's not cricket. But the kind of money that it's generating, that money is required for the sustenance of the game. I would never like to see a T20. I would never like to go and watch a test match. Not even in a World audience. The ambition is only money. What they get in IPL, which they will not get playing for India in that test match. I don't know about other places, but in Hyderabad, the moment a couple have a son born, he is a potential Sachin Tendulkar because he is going to be a crorepati. And to make him a Sachin Tendulkar, the father does all sorts of things. Some good, some bad, to make sure that his son becomes another Sachin Tendulkar.
Loyalty. It's such a tricky thing, isn't it? Easy to achieve to start with, at times. In the case of the IPL, all it takes is some sensible staffing, in terms of players from the city of affiliation, a name that brings in the crowds, some seriously good foreign players that can get the pulses racing. A Shah Rukh Khan, of course, is something only Kolkata Knight Riders have. Something that explains why they were the first team to run into profits after the tournament started in 2008. India's love for cricket isn't going anywhere soon. Football might have picked up in popularity, especially after the leagues from Europe started being televised in India, and then the growth of the Indian Super League and the mushrooming of a number of academies in urban India. The success of individuals has led to a spurt in consumption of badminton, or even boxing, where Vijender Singh is the biggest star in India and elsewhere. And the Pro Kabaddi League has revived a very traditional sport that seemed on the verge of dying. But cricket, a billion hearts or dreams or whatever, that's just marketing spiel. That many people in India don't follow cricket. Indeed, a look at the empty stadiums where domestic matches are played shows just how it's the stars that people really come to watch. Therefore, it's the colour-in glitz and the sense of instant entertainment that works for the IPL. Loyalty? In the case of the IPL, it needs to be bought from the fans, or bartered at least. We give you the stars and the entertainment, you come and watch us. When it works so very well. When it doesn't, well, it just doesn't.